Hello everyone, my name is Natalie Chung. I'm the co-founder of FAIR Hong Kong, an environmental education organization, as well as an MPhil candidate at University of Oxford, studying energy decarbonization at the city level. When we talk about climate change, what immediately comes to mind? How dare you, by Greta Thunberg. These imageries of climate activists. What about bringing your own bottles and bringing your own meal box? Reducing waste is definitely important because landfill generate methane gas, which is apparently stronger than carbon dioxide in their warming impact. We often omit one important aspect, which is consumption-based emissions. This includes buying some farm produce flown from the USA, maybe some strawberries from Japan. These kind of consumption-based emissions are not accounted in our government figures. So why are consumption-based emissions not accounted? It is actually because these are often transboundary emissions and there are issues of double counting. So if the strawberry is produced in the States and it's flown to Hong Kong, but then the farmers in the States are earning the profit, so how do we attribute the carbon emission to which person? So there we go. We have the concepts of embedded carbon footprint of a certain product. And some more progressive economies have already started incorporating these embedded carbon emission into the product's label. We are often not aware of how much carbon are we consuming in our daily behaviors, including what we wear, what we eat, where we go, and what we do. As big and as scary as the issue of climate change, there are very simple solutions to it, and we can all contribute a part in cutting down our own carbon emission. Today, I'm presenting to you 3 simple steps to cut down your own emissions. The first one, stay local. Fly less and enjoy the hidden gems around you in Hong Kong. There are tons of country parks, geoparks, marine parks that you've never even heard of. So how can you call yourself local when you still haven't seen the whole of Hong Kong? The second one, eat local. Try purchasing more of your daily farm produce from local farmers. There are lots of organic farms in the rural areas of Hong Kong. And recently, for example in Sai Kung Yim Tin Sai, they're making their own salts. It's harvested in a way that is traditional and even recognized by UNESCO. The third one is, of course, buy local. Try buying more of your daily necessities, including your accessories, your clothes, your shoes, from local brands. This can not only support local artists and designers, but also reduce the footprint from freight emissions. As a local sustainable tourism advocate, I'd like to draw our attention to the issue of aviation contributing to climate change. So, according to the Environment Bureau, the latest per capita carbon emission for Hong Kong citizens is 5.8 tons. But if we add in the emissions from outbound traveling and also consumption emissions, it can go up to 7.5 tons, which is around 25% of the total. So actually, for example, a round flight from Hong Kong to New York is already around 1 to 2 tons. I'm not asking you that you shouldn't travel abroad, but then there's always something to explore in Hong Kong which you've never seen. These are postcards developed by my organization FAIR. Can you recognize any of these places? So this is Ong Ping, a highland mountain in Hong Kong. So next time when you're thinking to fly abroad, maybe you can also explore these kind of wonderful assets that are surrounding you. As you all know, TEDxCivicExchange has done a report on how Hong Kong can reach net zero by 2050. In reaching the net zero goal, a lot of the gains are from switching our electricity fuel mix, because electricity generation takes up a significant portion of our carbon footprint. I guess a lot of you are wondering now, aren't there innovations which are helping aviation to reduce their carbon emission per mileage? In fact, the flight fuel efficiency is increasing at a much slower rate compared with the expansion of the industry itself. In recent years, Government has been subsidizing the aviation industry a lot, and there are different cheap airline agencies emerging, leading to a drastic increase in the amount of flights taken. COVID pandemic, however, limits our potential to travel abroad. Even though countries are setting up travel bubbles right now, there are fewer opportunities to go out. Hong Kong is a small place, but 70% of our land is still green belt. I'd just like to take this opportunity to encourage all of you to try exploring the nature around you. In 2015, two friends and I joined a COP21 Tertiary Schools Creative Challenge. I co-founded Fair Hong Kong as an environmental education organization focused on youth. We came up with this plan of comparing tourist spots in Hong Kong and other places. We'll showcase how much emission is saved, as well as money and time. So this round trip from Hong Kong to Kyoto is actually equivalent to around switching on lights for 6 months. We utilize local tourism, especially ecotourism, which can raise awareness towards climate change and our individual carbon footprint. We aim to raise awareness not just about climate change, but about our heart to connect with nature and to promote the importance and awareness on environmental education. Our impact model starts from experiential learning. We believe providing the local tourism experience is the first step to public education. Following education, it is enlightenment, enlightening people to change their mindset, change their way of lives, and ultimately is empowerment. We always stress on youth empowerment because youth are the leaders of our future. We recruit youths to join our team by becoming interns and also core members so that we can empower them with the ability and the capacity to organize events, including educational initiatives, including art and ecology, so that they can also acquire the skill sets and this information to spread this important environmental message to across the board. We are also aware that the impact we're bringing to a certain rural spot, especially if it's a vulnerable or ecologically sensitive area. That's why we always remind our participants to our local tours the importance of leaving no trace and to not disturb the nature, respect all species. Recently, I've joined a few friends to found the first ever Hong Kong Youth Climate Network, Hong Kong Youth for Climate Action, HKYCA. And we've successfully organized our first ever local conference of youth in Hong Kong, attended by over 100 of youths, ranging from secondary school students to secondary school teachers. We're very excited by the result. Seeing more people aggregate together, a lot of them explained to me they're lacking a platform. As a city, we do not have the UN party status for us to officially participate in these kind of UN COP conferences. That's why it's even more important for us to draw on the global network and to see how we can promote Hong Kong youths as a representative in the global community. As an individual in the society, or as a youth, we have all rights to feel dissatisfied against the government or against institutions. Don't ever underestimate your own power. Nobody is too small to make a change. Even if it's just switching your diet, you can make a huge difference in your carbon footprint. Of course, we must not stop or advocating for agenda changes and paradigm shifts. I'd like to end with a quote which inspired me a lot and kept me going over the past years of founding my own social enterprise, as well as running these different youth organizations. It's a quote by Larry Brilliant, the founder of Google.org. Change starts with ordinary people doing extraordinary things. The road to extraordinary is open to anybody at any time. The road to solving climate change is open to all of us. Grasp this golden opportunity in the post-pandemic world to reset your balance and rules. Try to stay local, eat local, and buy local. You and I can all be a part of this green movement to net zero transitions, building a sustainable future for generations to come. Thank you.